When you tell a woman or a man that has come out from a very long, abusive, dysfunctional family, people always think that it's only maybe physical, psychological, mental, emotional. But there's something that people that do not talk about, that is the spiritual abuse. That is one of the most dangerous, that is one of the abuse that always eliminates people, takes people out. That is finishes people's lives. That is why there is a lot of silent deaths, untimely deaths in marriages. A woman, a man, maybe they have even thrown themselves from the balcony. You think that that's normal? That is not normal. My sisters and my brothers, you have to be very careful who you're getting entangled with. Even if it's a business partner, there are people that you see, but they have, or they are carrying, in the God side it's called spiritual intelligence, but in the dark side it's called demonic spiritual intelligence. They have that, and they know how to use it and to manipulate you, to manipulate situations for you to be in positions or situations that are disadvantage to you. You understand what I'm saying? There is something called spiritual abuse. This thing has eliminated many lives. And this thing, has been happening silently. You see somebody, all of a sudden, an accident. All of a sudden, somebody throws himself, I don't know from where. They do not know where this is coming from, because this thing has been manipulated, organized, and strategized in the spiritual realm. That is why you see a man or a woman, when comes out of such a relationship, or you ask them, why didn't you come out? Why didn't you come out? Why did you stay in that relationship for 5, 6, 7, 10, 30 years? My friend, there are spiritual strategies and spiritual strings being pulled behind the scenes. Because when you live with a man or a woman who is spiritually or demonically spiritually intelligent, they usually control you in the spiritual realm. Yet you do not know, because you are not awakened. I want you to awaken on this, my sister and my brothers. They are controlling you in the spiritual realm. That is where there is power. Leave alone the mental, emotional, physical abuse. One of the most powerful, something that will totally remove you from this earth, is the spiritual abuse, the spiritual strings that are being pulled behind the scenes. That is why you see a woman maybe has not healed from a relationship, maybe for 10, 30, 40 years, coming to speak about it later. It is because this is a damage that has been done in the spiritual realm. My sisters and my brothers, you have to be very careful when you're judging somebody, because there are so many things that are happening behind the scenes, but that people do not know, because they are spiritually asleep. You understand? So many women and many men have been entangled with demonic beings, with demon spirits and entities, and they do not know. They do not understand, why am I not going away? I know that there's something wrong, but you cannot come out of it. That is why I always say you have to deal with the narcissism, with this spiritual disease in the spiritual realm. Don't just get entangled with people foolishly. You have to screen people in the spiritual realm. Be blessed.